Hello, Jen. I am so glad that you have joined us today. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and your homeschool?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Amy. So, my name is Jen. I have a YouTube channel called Homeschool with Jen. I started my YouTube channel because I had an upper elementary child at the time and I couldn't find the curriculum really that I was looking for. And so I started the YouTube channel in order to get out the curriculum that we were using and hopefully help people and answer questions because I have an only daughter. She is in sixth grade right now, which means that I didn't have the experience of a previous child for different curricula. And so that was really, every year is trudging new paths and figuring out what's going to work that year. And so I do have an only child, and then I have an absolutely amazing, wonderful husband. We have been married for 17 years, and he is truly a gift from God. I'm very thankful for him. He is an answer to prayers. And we live in a very extremely rural area, which means there's no co-op. There's very few opportunities for some outside, enrichment other than nature walks. We can take quite a few of those. But as far as a lot of organized enrichment, that is very much lacking from where I live. And so it has been an interesting journey in order to get to where we are with homeschool, but I am loving mostly every minute of it.
I sometimes joke that homeschooling is the best hard thing I do, right? We don't necessarily
It,
love the hard parts, but it is worth it, even in the midst of the challenge.
absolutely.
You're going to have
Absolutely.
such a good perspective to share as well with parents who are homeschooling onlys, which may mean homeschooling an only child. Or I know friends who are homeschooling one child and other child or children are in other academic situations. And that's a unique challenge, but also unique opportunities. So I'm so glad that you're here in the community and can kind of provide that perspective and experience.
Oh, thank you. And I have really noticed that with the people who comment on the YouTube videos, I was actually pleasantly surprised at how many people are homeschooling and only. And that is something that you don't hear about nearly as much. Large families is something that people can really search and find a lot of information on, but there is a whole different aspect and different challenges and different opportunities when you have an only. And so that has been it has been very much part of my journey, is really talking to people about the differences between having an only in your homeschool and then having the larger family.
Well, what have been some of your favorite parts of homeschooling?
Well, watching my daughter grow, watching her hone in to the things that she is interested in. Because, when she was younger, you introduce her to so many different things. And there was a time where my husband and I were like, oh no, did we introduce her into too many different things because she can't find anything she really likes? And I was actually concerned about that. I was like, she's got to have some kind of passion because, people will talk about, oh, my child loves this subject and I can't get them to lay down this book or whatever. And we just didn't have that. But now that she's in middle school, I'm watching her come into her own, and I'm watching her find what some of her passions are and what she, wants to research on her own. And it was one of those things that I really thought, oh my gosh, I'm failing as a homeschool mom because my kid won't sit down and read a book, because my kid won't go off and do all of these independent subjects. And then I just noticed, it just wasn't time for her yet. It wasn't time for her to be there. But then when the light bulb goes off and she discovered, chemistry, then we're blowing things up all the time. We're mixing things together, and that is just so much fun for me to have that front row seat for her to find her passions.
That is going to be such an encouragement to many moms who listen to this, I know. Well, Jen, what are you most excited about the Made to Homeschool community?
Oh my gosh, so many things. I'm excited about so many things. But my primary excitement really goes back to what I said about why I originally started my homeschool, my YouTube channel. And that was to connect with people in an area where I didn't feel like there was that much information. And the way Made to Homeschool came together and the way it is designed are for people like me who have an only, there's going to be resources there for you. And for people who have a large family, there's going to be resources there for that person. For people who have 2 children, 3 children, 4 children, you've got creators who can relate to so many different individuals and so many mamas. If you have kids with special needs, there's people there who have been through it and are going through it and can help you. If you have somebody who is in a large city and there's so many extracurriculars and you don't know how to balance it all, there's somebody there who can help you with that. You have somebody who lives in a rural area, there's somebody there who can help you and give you some ideas about what to look for. And on top of all of this, and this is, I was going to say this is the icing on the cake, but I don't even think that that is the right thing. But I think this is the meat of it, is that we all love God. And the reason that we got into and the reason we signed up for Made to Homeschool is to help people, is to show God's love by helping others, by helping other homeschool moms. And that community that is founded on the love of God is just so exciting to me.
Yeah, it is really exciting to me as well. And I love what you were saying that people can find a place there no matter what your background, like what your family looks like or your, geographical location. You can
Right.
find people who are going to understand and can come along and encourage you right where you are. And like you know better than many of us know, like it's hard sometimes if you're in a place where there just isn't a built-in local, in-person homeschool community, but we're made for community. We're made to
We
be
are.
here together and to help and encourage one another. And I know that this is going to be a really exciting adventure. So I'm excited too.
Yay.
Well, even though this is a different kind of episode and everyone is just having a short piece of the time, I have to ask everyone the questions I ask all my guests. And the first is just, what are you personally reading lately?
So I am actually binging on Isaac Wayne. I was introduced to him at the homeschool convention last year, and I love his books. And so I am all about anything that I can get on my in my hands on homeschooling by him. I think he has such an amazing perspective. And then also, we are reading the cliff notes of the Odyssey with my daughter, and so we're studying Greek history, and so I'm reading that one as well. And finally, the other one, we love Gordon Corman in our homeschool. Like I said, my daughter is in middle school, and Gordon Corman writes novels for the middle school age range. And so for our fun read aloud, we are reading Super Gifted by Gordon Corman.
I am not familiar with that one, but I have some middle grade, middle school kids I'll have to check out at our library, that author.
Oh, yes. If you get a chance, our very, very favorite one is Restart by him. It packs a punch on the choices that middle schoolers make in their lives and how it impacts other people. So that is one of our favorite books by him.
Awesome. Well, my final question for you, Jen, is what is your best tip for helping the homeschool day run more smoothly?
So my tip for the homeschool day is basically revealing my personality. I have to have a plan. If I go into the homeschool day without a plan, we get nothing done. We really don't. But if I have at least some form of a plan, then our day runs so much more smoothly. Also, without a plan, we can both get a little bit more off track. My daughter and I, we can watch a documentary a little bit too long, or we can, say, hey, it's too nice outside. Let's just scrap all of the books. And we do that sometimes, and that's fun days. There's no question. There is a lot of benefit in that, but to actually get the some of the curriculum done, I need a plan. That's just who I am.
Well, Jen, where can people find you all around the internet?
So I'm primarily am on YouTube at Homeschool with Jen. I do have an Instagram account, which is homeschool_with_Jen. And on that Instagram account, I'm much more of our day-to-day and a little snippets of what we're doing. But the YouTube channel is really where I focus on the different curriculum reviews and curriculum plans and some of the things that I am truly passionate about, which I am a self-proclaimed curriculum junkie. So you'll see a lot of curriculum on there.
Awesome. And of course, people can find you inside Made to Homeschool. You can find me there as well. And I look forward to talking with you more.